ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः सूत्रकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। यस्य वरदवक्त्राद्याः पारिषद्याः परस्पतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिम्। जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् इतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिज्ञः तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्त्यत् सूरयः तेजोवारि मृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र सर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोचिधकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृदि अवरुध्यतेः अत्र कृतिभिः तत्सृष्टिभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। Now with Swami's grace, let us continue from where we left off last time. We came up to slokam number 35, Adhyayam 29 in Skandam 3. We will take up slokam 36 now, 36, 37, 38 and 39. With Bhagavan's grace, let these be 4 slokams first and then move on to slokam 40. I will read all the 4 slokams now and then we will take up one at a time and also put this in the context in which it is given. एतत् भगवतो रूपं ब्रह्मणः परमात्मनः परं प्रधानं पुरुषं दैवं कर्मविचेष्टितं रूपभेदात् पदं दिव्यं कालयति अभिधीयते भूतानां महत् आदीनां यतो भिन्नर्हृतां वयं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य भूतानि अत्ति अखिलाश्रयः सः विष्णुवाक्यः अभियज्ञः असौ कालः कलयतां प्रभुः न चास्य कश्चिद् भयितः न द्वेष्यः न च बान्धवः आविशति अप्रमत्तः असौ प्रमत्तं नमत्कृत जन्मकृत one second Janam Antakrite, it should be. 1 second. Number 39. Let me check here. Janam Antakrite Avisati Apramattaha Asau Pramattam Janam Antakrite. Now, slokam 36. Etat Bhagavato Rupam Brahmanaha Paramatmanaha Param Pradhanam Purusham Daivam Karma Vicheshtitam. Now, sometimes 36 and 37 are taken together. It may be better to understand it that way also. So let me take 37 also. Rupa Vedaha Padam Divyam Kalayiti Abhidiyate Bhutanam Mahat Adinam Yato Bhinnadrusam Bayam. Yetat Bhagavato Rupam Brahmanaha Paramatmanaha Param Pradhanam Purusham Daivam Karma Vicheshtitam Rupa Vedas Padam Divyam Kalayiti Abhidiyate Bhutanam Mahat Adinam Yato Bhinnadrusam Bhayam. Now, this is in Now, Bhagavan is replying to Devahuti's question on what time is. So if you look at Slokam 4 in the same Adhyayam, 29, so let us look at the questions and then we will see what Bhagavan is talking about right now. Slokam number 4. Kalasya Isvara Rupasya Paresham Cha Parasyate Sarupam Bhata Kurvanti Yat Dhetoho Kusalam Janaha. Kalasya Isvara Rupasya Paresham Cha Parasyate Sarupam Bhata Kurvanti Yat Dhetoho Kusalam Janaha. Where she is saying, Janagal, the human beings, which time they are worried about, arising out of which time that they are arising out of which they are worried, they are afraid, and because of the fear, they are doing punya karma. Okay, because of that, and that is Isvara Rupam, the prabhavam it has got. Also, it is one's own self, which is superior to everything else. That column. But what is that? What is that column? Kalasya sarupam cha. What is that sarupam? What is that time? That also achakshva. Please teach me. Or you can, achakshva is a verb in the previous lokam. Or vistarataha bruhi. Please tell me that in detail. So what is column, Swami? Please tell me that in detail. That's what she was asking. So the Bhagavan, after describing Bhakti Yoga, which she asked first, after concluding that, now he is going to start describing about what time is. What is time? The very first lokam, Etat Bhagavatah Rupam. This is Pradhanam Purusham. Pradhanam means something that is the support of everything. That means that is the master, the controller, the Pradhanam. And Purusham, that Bhagavan, the Purusha Suktam, that embodied, the indweller in all embodies, that Bhagavan, Paramatmana, that Pradhanam Purusham. Param, now Param means the supremost. Beyond, transcendental is the word we use, but actually supreme. Okay, Param, beyond everything. Brahmanaha. See, Brahmanaha, Brahma, that simply means most expansive, which is the characteristic of selfless love, prema. Always expanding, 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 expanding. No contraction. This nature is that. So, Brahman, Brahmanam, that Brahman means one that is vast, very huge. Why is it very huge? Because it's always expanding. The universe is expanding. We all know that, right? So this is a form of Brahman. That is why everything expands. So that is Brahmana, that Brahmanaha, Paramatmanaha, the Supreme Soul, the one entity, Bhagavataha, the most effulgent entity that is present everywhere, that is always expanding, and that is the supporter and controller of everything. And the interesting thing here is, we can personalize this. We all know it is present. But that is also param. It is also beyond what I'm able to perceive, isn't it? What I'm able to feel. But etat, controlling everything, that entity, rupam eva, that form of this supremost entity, the single-most entity, that ekam sat, that one, that rupam eva, its form only, karma viseshtitam. Karma viseshtitam. Okay, visesham means something special, because everything that is to do with visesham, super. In any actions we do, there is a reaction associated with it. And the thing continues and continues and continues. This is the viseshtitam. We are bound in the samsara sagaram. And this aspect of divinity, that is manifesting itself as karma bandham, as a samsaram, the samsara sagaram in which we are all bound. It is manifest. We all feel it. And that, where does it come from? That Bhagavan's Rupam Ekam Sat, that most expansive, selfless love, that is also binding us to our actions, right? And that we call as Daivam. As Daivam, Bhagavan. It's what we say, isn't it? In our own life, this is exactly what we say, Daivam. Daiva Palan, right? So that entity, Ekam Sat, the supreme-most entity, beyond all this, beyond all our life and everything else, it is beyond. And it's always expanding, nothing but selfless love. But it's also controlling me. I cannot escape from it. And it is different from everything I see and experience, everything that I have. It is, I know it is present, but at the same time it is different, beyond that. And that is controlling everything through the action-bound creation, right, for all the human beings. So that is a paladata, also by giving the palan, the fruits, the rewards for the actions that I do. So that is how he is binding and bound by that. That is Daivam. It's called Daivam. Now, this Daivam, it is not present in Vaikuntham or anywhere. It is present very much in me, outside me, above me, beyond, behind me, on my side. Everything I see is in Daivam. And what does it do? But this is done a miraculous auschariam in our lives, in your life and my life. Rupa Vedaha Patam, Vedas Patam. It creates so many types and varieties of forms and names. How does it change? One entity is appearing in infinite ways. And it's also continuously changing, not constant. That is amazing it is. Auschariam. There is no way to describe it. It's beyond wonderful, right? And that Divyam, that this Bhagavat Rupam, this Daivam, Kalaha iti abhidhiyate. It is called Kalam, time. One entity, Kalaya Namaha, Kala Kalaya Namaha, Kala Sarupaya Namaha, Kala Pitaya Namaha, Kala Dhamanaya Namaha. For Bhagavan, he is appearing in the form of time and making all these various changes and controlling me. We are all bound by time. None of us can escape it. And that Bhagavan, that Daivam, is present as Kalam by creating these various appearances and names and forms, constantly changing. That is Kalaha iti abhidhiyate. That is text sloka. Okay, Rupa Vedas Padam Divyam Kala iti abhidhiyate. Bhutana Mahat Adinam Yataha Bhinnadrasam Bhayam. Now, what does it do? So this is Kalam. Through time, we know everything changes. What is good today becomes bad in the course of time. What is bad in the course of time becomes good. There's nothing good or bad. This is the thing. But in our experience, I'm saying, this is what we all see, isn't it? So everything is the various forms, various appearances and disappearances. Everything happens in this Daiva Swarupam. This is all coming from that only. That Kalam, Bhinna Drisam, people who perceive differences. And who are those people? People like me, Mahat Adinam. And I am part of this creation that has come all the way from Mahat Tattvam. We saw that, and Bhagavan described it earlier. All the 24 aspects of creation that is present in me. Mahat Adinam, the creation, the things, entities, the beings that have arisen all the way from Mahat Tattvam as part of creation, and having this vision and feeling of differences, that bhutanam, for those beings, for those human, in this case human beings, yataha bhayam, from which this column, bhayam, fear happens. So here also column is the one controlling it. At the same time, because I'm seeing differences everywhere, part of this creation, I'm also afraid of time. Remember, in the beginning creation, Mahatattvam was there, Prakriti and Kalam. Those are the three basic fundamentals of Bhagavan's Prema. Then the Kalam creates disturbs the equilibrium in Prakriti, which is nothing but three gunas. And then everything came, right? We saw that. So this Kalam creates Bhayam in creation. If I focus on the creation and not on the creator, doesn't matter how much I've studied, doesn't matter how much tapas I have done, does not matter how much sense control and self-control, everything, whatever I have done, if I focus on the creation, which is nothing but kaleidoscopic array of ever-changing differences, varieties of appearances and names, continuously, if I focus on that, then I become afraid. Etat bhagavato rupam brahmanah paramatmanah param pradhanam purusham daivam karma vicheshtitam rupa bhedaspadam divyam kalati abhidiyate bhutanam mahat adinam yatah bhinnadrisam bhayam. So mahat adina bhutanam, all the beings that have come from Mahat Tattvam, all the way from there. That's the meaning of it. Let us take up Slokam 38. Yomtaha pravisya bhutani ati akila asrayah saha vishnavakyah adi yajnah asau kalah kalayatam prabhuhu. Yaha antah pravisya bhutani ati akila asrayah saha vishnavakyah adi yajnah asau kalah kalayatam prabhuhu. Akila asrayah, one who is a supporter of the whole creation. Akilam, all. You, me, everything. There is a basic support, a protector. Asrayam. Okay, asrayam means protection. Okay, and the talk they have. The one Akilasreya Yaha, that which is supporting and giving protection for the whole created world, created universe, what does it do? Antaha pravisya, it has entered. We saw that in the beginning of creation, all the elements were there, Mahatattvam was there, Kalam was there, Prakriti, the Gunangal were there, all that other 21 aspects we saw, Manas, Buddhi, etc., Panchayendriyangal, all those things, We saw that, Tanmatragal, etc. But none of them could do the job. They are all disparate. So they prayed to Swami. And that entity, that Bhagavan, that Prema, okay, when it enters everything, then only things became active. We saw that. So that is present as indweller in everything. Yaha Akila Asrayah Anta Pravisyah, from within, we all have this selfless love, this divinity within each one of us. Selfless love that has no reason, no season, no judgment, no partiality, nothing. It is there, but I'm bottling it up due to my ego, due to my selfishness. Now, but it is making me active. So, Anta Pravisya Bhutani, always now, Bhutani, all those beings having present within that, Bhutaihi eva ati. Being present in all the beings and using the beings themselves, ati also kills. This is what's happening in our creation. Okay, we call it as natural balance or whatever. Okay, a bigger fish eats a small fish, and people go and eat meat, and I go and take, even though for a vegetarian and all that, we take, whatever we do. So that is doing inside to the plants also, right? And even the slightest one, they all have to live. So the Annam is very Annam Brahma. So this is the way the natural cycle works. So this Bhagavan, who's present, same entity present in everything, in so many forms, so many beings, uses the same beings to kill each other. Ati and Vishnu Vakya, Vishnu, the one who has entered. Vishwam, present everywhere. The Vishnu is the indweller. Okay, the Antar Atma, Jivatma, whatever, conscience, whatever you want to call it. So that thing is also called as Vishnu. Okay, Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat, we say. So the Bhagavan is present. It's also called Vishnu. And the same Vishnu is present everyone. You, me, and everything. But we hurt each other, we kill each other. Ati means to kill, samharam, to do samharam. And whether for the sake of food or whatever, cruelty or whatever it is the same Vishnu that's killing each one. That's what Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita. You don't think you're doing the killing. That the destiny is already decided. Okay, you're just a nimitta matram. Okay, Baba, be my instrument, that's all. So this play goes on. There's no two, there's only one. But appearing as many, it's also killing each other. Vishnu Vakya. And not only that, then the question, oh my God, is Bhagavan this cruel? No. Adi Yajnaha, very important. Adi Yajnaha. The same Bhagavan present in the various forms also is a yajna, the present as a sacrifice. Not just the action, but also the sacrifice. We've seen this so many times. Action is given to me to purify my mind. Purification of mind means to learn to sacrifice, to develop and don a sacrificial attitude rather than acquisitive attitude, to develop a selfless approach to life and sacrificing the selfishness into selflessness. Everything is sacrifice. We saw that. So many yajnas. I breathe in, I breathe out. I take food in, I have to get food out. We have seen so many ways. We have seen examples of sacrifices going on, all that, right? And so this is present as not only called as Vishnu, not only present in all the beings, okay, as entered beings does not mean it has come from outside. Please, that's the wrong way to think, because Bhagavan is present at all places at all times. Entering is an English word, unfortunate, but what it means is that all the 24 aspects of creation that we talked about, whether Kalam or Mahatattvam or Prakriti, and the subsets from there, but Bhagavan is present in each one of them. He is not waiting to be entering from outside. Okay? So he is manifesting himself in these various ways. Look at it that way. Everything is arisen from him only. So that is what the indweller means. And it is called as Vishnu Vakyam, and is also Adhiyajna, Yajna Purusha. Okay? The sacrifices, Yajna is so important. And that Saha Asau, so that Bhagavan, that also gives the Adi Yajna, what gives the Yajna, the sacrifice, and when you sacrifice, you get the results from it also. Both the act of sacrifice and the reward from it is the form of Bhagavan only. And that is Saha Asau Kalaha. This Saha Asau, that column that has been described so far, that column, Kalayatam Prabhu, Kalayatam. People in the created world, over a period of time, Kalayatam, I acquire so many things. I try to control and bring so many things under my control. Could be the bank balance I have, could be the house I have, could be the relatives, the friends, the family, or the people working for me, whatever it may be.
I try to control, right? Kalayatam. Over a period of time, I want to control everything. But even for those people, even the richest person in the world, even the most powerful person in the world, at Kalayatam, for those people also, this Kalaha, Prabhu, the Kalam, time, is the master of all those people. So what is to understand from this? Time, over a period of time, time is the one that causes so many appearances and disappearances and varieties. We saw that. Prakriti, the equilibrium is disturbed by time. And time is also Bhagavan only. But Bhagavan is beyond that. Kala Tikaya, Kala Atitaya Namaha, we say. Beyond time also. Is present in the form of time also. Then, if I look at the differences in the creation and not the oneness that is present, then I become afraid of them. So this, the time, what does it do? It is manifesting as so many different varieties of people, different varieties of jantukal, but it is also present in each one of them and operates and creates the various beings to kill each other, to hurt each other. At the same time, it is also present as a sacrificer. Both the sacrifice, the act of sacrifice, and the paladata of sacrifice, and that is Kalam. What does it do? Even those people who bring everything under their control in this created world, Kalayatam, for them also, it is Prabhu. It is the boss. It is a master. Sloka number 39. न चास्य कश्चित् दयितः न द्वेष्यः न च बान्धवः आविशति अप्रमत्तः असौ प्रमत्तं जनम् अन्तकृते न च अस्य कश्चित् दयितः न द्वेष्यः कश्चित् न च बान्धवः कश्चित् आविशति अप्रमत्तः असौ प्रमत्तं Janam Antakrite. Asya, for this column. Dhaitaha Kaschit Cha Na. Dhaitaha, one who is preferred, who is liked by him. For this column, there is no one who is special. Okay? And no one who is Dveshyaha Cha Na. Kaschit, not even anyone is hated by it or not wanted by it. There's one liked by it, there's no one disliked by it. Bandhavaha Chana Kaschit, there's no one who's related to it. The time is impartial, isn't it? Time does not necessarily prefer one person over another, does not dislike somebody over another, and it is not related to anyone. That's what it says. So this Kalaha, Asya, Kaschit, Dhaitaha Nacha, Veshaha Nacha, Bandhavaha Nacha. Okay. Now, what does it do? Apramataha. Apramataha means cannot be fooled, cannot be deceived. Undeceivable, uncheatable. Okay. Cannot pull a wool over its eyes, so to speak. This Apramataha, the one that is never deceived, okay, Pramattam Janam, for the man who is deceived, who is cheated, because he is living in an illusionary world with a mindset, right, with ahamkaram and all that. So he is the one who is that person. Avisati. Avisati means it enters in the form of illness. What illness? Mental illness. Okay. Example, if I'm jealous of somebody, the jealousy is my illness, isn't it? Think for a second. If I'm angry, anger is an illness. The time enters me, immediately wants to correct me, or wants me to change my thinking process. So it immediately correct. And what's the best way to offer a remedy is to come as illness, as a disease. So the goodness of any illness and disease is that it has to be remedied. So I look for the remedy. I seek, oh my God, I don't want this illness, so what should I do? So how will I know the remedy if I don't know the illness? If I'm walking outside in hot weather and I come inside to go cool AC, how can I, if I had not gone outside, how will I enjoy the AC, the coolness of AC? If I don't have pain in life, how will I enjoy pleasure? Think for a second. So, kalam, obviously, enters in the form of illness and disease for those people, apramattaha, who have been deceived. In this case, we say deceived by Maya, right? Bhagavan is apramattaha. Bhagavan is absolutely very clear knowledge. Jnana Swarupam. There's no confusion, there's no cheating, no illusion, nothing, no doubt. It's very clarity, 100%. But I'm the one who's confused. For a confused person like me, pramattam janam, for confused people, and people who don't realize the reality, the truth, and who see differences everywhere, and because of the differences, likes and dislikes, and because of likes and dislikes, jealousy and anger and ego and pride and miserliness and greed and so many things are there. Kalam only makes it happen, and obviously enters as the illness. And Antakrita also destroys. Over a period of time, what happens to my anger? What happens to my jealousy? Not in this birth, another birth maybe. But the time, without giving up, not only points out the mistake in my thinking, which is being confused about the reality, and appears as these various 6 enemies, and over a period of time, it also antakrit. So over a period of time is the one that also destroys it. Okay. Ultimately, the selfishness is the greatest illness, whichever way you look at it. Because selfishness is the only thing that is man minus selfishness equal to Bhagavan. A simple equation. Okay, if I give up my selfishness, then I become divine itself. So that is the one that I'm confused with. And that has to be taken out, deleted. And time does it. Time does it. And not only the 6 enemies I've got that I suffer from, and slowly I wake up and nobody likes to be angry. Nobody feels the happiness in being jealous. And nobody feels really happy being greedy and all that. Over a period of time, they all feel awful. So eventually, time remedies it and makes everything all right. So by destroying the internal enemies. न चास्य कश्चित् द्वैतः न द्वेषः न च बान्धवः आविशति अप्रमत्तः असौ प्रमत्तं जनम् अन्तकृते। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ओम।